I put a poll on my Instagram and you overwhelmingly voted for effortless makeup, and that is what we're going to do today then. So next week we'll do glam, maybe effortless glam, because that came second. But we are going to start with Medik8 Advanced Day Ultimate Protect. It's an SPF of 50. I am very, very close to the end of this, so I need to go buy another. Even though it is winter here and I haven't seen the sun in days, you still need to put your SPF on. Right, we are going natural and we are going fresh. Well, not completely natural, but a kind of makeup that you can wear to all occasions. We're going to start with the brows. On the brows, we're using two products. We're using Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax, which is transparent, and we are using NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. And the colour I'm using is Taupe, which is the second lightest shade. So this is something that I'm going to urge you to try, and that is to go a shade or two lighter than your actual hair colour with your brows. This will keep the makeup looking kind of fresh and soft and natural, but still defined. So I'm going to start by just filling these brows in. Now make sure you haven't got loads of residual SPF on your brows. Now if you have very defined dark brows, that's great. That's just the colour of your natural brow. That's fine. But if you have very fair ones like me, or you don't have very many, or you pluck them all out, all of which apply to me, then this might be a step that you want to try. And then I'm just filling in where I have gaps. Now, because this is a little lighter than my natural colour, I'm able to cheat it much more and be a bit more liberal, I suppose. Then we're going to take our brow wax and just push that through the brows as well. And that way they maintain some semblance of looking like actual brows and not something that I've sort of stenciled on my face. Remember to store your pen tip down so that it's always full of product and ready to go. Sometimes when I finish putting the brow gel on, it will expose some gaps in my brows, like here, and then I'll go back in afterwards with the pen, fill that in again. Now let's pop a bit of primer on. Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, Illuminating. I need a bit of the glow. It's that time of year, I feel like we probably all do. You see that? Just gives a little bit of a glow to the skin. Right, base-wise, I'm going to use this. It's from a brand called BASMA. The shade I'm using is 30. And I'm going to just draw a little bit on, not tons. Now you can use your hands or a sponge. I'm using a brush and I'm going to really work that in. I picked this base because I always find that a foundation stick is super easy to use when you're on the go. And you don't have to do it with a brush. You can obviously do it with your fingers as well. As you can see, I'm just as happy doing it with my hands. And often I'll put something on with a brush and then I'll take my hands over it anyway, just to smooth it in. Sometimes a brush will apply it with much more coverage. And, you know, sometimes I want coverage, but not always. Sometimes I just want it to look like skin. I'm using products that you probably haven't seen me use before. Concealer-wise, I am using this little Sigma palette. This is the shade Light to Medium Spectrum Colour Correcting Duo. One of these is quite pink, one of these is quite peachy, and I'm pretty dark under my eyes, and so these work really well to just cancel out any darkness. So I will move between the shades and get something in between. And depending where I am in the year, I might go for the lighter shade or the medium shade. Because this is a very peachy colour corrector, if you don't need a peachy colour under your eyes, it's not going to work for you. Some people are better in a yellow colour corrector, for example. This one is an old MAC one. And I mean, I would use that just in the dips, you see, just to really lighten that and bring it out. How is everyone today? Tell me in the comments. It's been a lot recently. I haven't been on social media much. Everything's felt kind of overwhelming. The world feels overwhelming, doesn't it, at the moment? Let me know how you're coping. Yesterday I had quite a full-on day because my dog Hero had something in his throat. Sorry, I just switched to a different concealer for blemishes. This one is Glossier Stretch in Light 2. He was trying to clear his throat, and I thought I could hear well, I definitely could. I could hear a whistling when he was kind of breathing. So I took him to the vets, and then they were like, right, okay, we need to x-ray him. And in order to x-ray him, they needed to give him general anaesthetic, and obviously that was freaking me out. I didn't want to give my dog a general anaesthetic if they couldn't actually tell me if there was something in his throat or not. I'm just giving him a general anaesthetic for no reason. Anyway, ended up having to do it because, I don't know, I was worried that I'd take him home, he'd eat something, then that would get stuck on top of whatever was in there and he'd have a blockage. And, you know, I do have this tendency to catastrophize everything. You know, the second anyone says they're ill, they're always going to die. And so he ended up having to have a general anaesthetic and he was fine, there was nothing there. She said more than likely he'd eaten something fast, which he does, and something had just kind of hurt the back of his throat as it had gone down, and then it had kind of swollen up, and that's what he was kind of trying to clear. Anyway, it was very stressful. Right, okay, let's go back to the makeup. Enough with my stories. I didn't talk about these enough when they launched. These are the Bobbi Brown long wear cream shadow and kohl liners. One end is an eyeshadow, one end is a liner. I've always been a big fan of these cream shadow sticks, and I really like anything that's 2 products in one because it takes up less space in my makeup bag. And as we're doing effortless, then it should be simple as well. So we are going to go for the lightest of these. Now, depending on what your skin tone is, the one that's going to come up looking the most natural on you won't necessarily be this one. So have a look at what they have on the website. I think there's 7 or 8 before you just pick the one that I'm using. I am using the shades Mica and Mink. We're going to take the shadow stick all over the eyelid. This end is iridescent. Let me grab an eyeshadow brush. This shade, which is Mica, is iridescent. I'm going to put that all over the eyelid. I'm actually going to take it up to the brow, I think. Why not? It's such a soft shade. So I'm just blending that up to the brow. I'm using one of the Caroline Barnes bigger eyeshadow brushes to do that. I like a big brush when I'm blending over a larger surface, which up to the brow is. You don't have to do that. You probably don't want shimmer all the way up to the brow. If you don't, just keep it localized on the lid. And I'm just going to take a finger and just really, really work that in. We're going to go under the eye with that too. It's a really nice colour. It's like a gilded taupe, that shade. So if you are somebody that looks good in neutrals, which I am, rather than incredibly warm or incredibly cool, then this would work really well for you. Let's move on to the pencil end. The kohl end is called Mink. I'm going to run that along the lashes. And again, this is a really soft shade. And this is a really soft shade for a liner. So you're going to get like really nice subtle definition. This brush is YVES Small Eyeshadow Blender. Shall we waterline it? Let's waterline it because then you'll see how soft it is. We could go on and blend loads of colours into it, but really what's the point? We're doing effortless. We want it to be easy, right? So let's do the other eye. So one product for the whole eye. Not including mascara, of course. We've got to wear mascara. These particular eyeshadows, these dual-ended ones, they come from the grunge collection that Bobbi Brown did recently, which was Lush. The makeup artist that worked on that was Hannah Murray. Hannah Murray was the person that created Topshop line when it was really, really good. She's really great. Laura Mercier Extravagant Caviar Mascara. This is a great mascara, but also my eyelashes are really great. And my eyelashes are really great, not because they're my eyelashes, but because I use the SWEED Lash Growth. I've talked about this before loads of times. People that buy it always DM me and say they have great results with it. It's by my bed. I'm just going to grab it to show you. So this is the SWEED one I use. It is SWEED Pro Eyelash Serum. I vouch for it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. They've just launched another one called the Brow Serum. I can't vouch for this because they only started using it 3 days ago. And also, you know, let's be honest, I'm hoping for brows to grow where brows have never grown since I was sort of 15. So it's unlikely that I'm going to get great, amazing results. However, I might get thicker, fuller brows that are more stable. My brows fall out the second I look at them, you know. So I'm giving that a go and I will report back. But I know that the lash one works amazingly because look at my lashes. And if you've followed me for a long time, you know that they don't always look like this. And I have a little trick with the eyelash serum. And that is, you're supposed to use it like every day. And after 2 weeks, you start to notice your lashes grow. When you start to notice your lashes grow, switch to once every 2 days, right? Because the tube will last longer. And I sort of believe that because it sort of speeds up the life cycle of your lashes, they last longer. You know, because oftentimes the lashes kind of, at some point, you lose a lot of lashes with lash growth serums. But that just doesn't happen to me with this. Right, I need some powder. The one that lives in my makeup bag is the Kosas Cloud Set in Breezy. Is it the best powder ever? No, I'd rather use a loose one, but I'm not carrying a loose one around in my bag, so that's that. I got so carried away with putting that mascara on that this makeup is not natural anymore. If you want it to be natural, put much less mascara on than I have done. Right, okay, I need a bit of blush now, don't I? Do you know what? I'm going to use BASMA again. This is mauve. I showed this in a video recently, but it's really quite a nice colour and it's quite soft and natural. So we'll get away with it without it making this makeup look over the top. Lips-wise, I managed to grab my pencil back from my daughter, Nude Beige from NYX. Now ideally you'll just wear a lip balm with this or something really nothing and it will look really cool. But I'm one of those people that really hates my lip shape. I don't have a defined bottom lip and I talk out of one side of my mouth, so it's like all the time. So I like to use a lip liner because it just makes me feel better. But you don't have to, unless you feel the same way I do. So I just like to really softly redefine my lips as naturally as I can with a lip liner, NYX Nude Beige. Then I soften it all with my finger. God damn Laura Mercier. I just did an ad for Laura Mercier with a lip product that's so gorgeous and would be perfect for this, but I don't want to use it twice. It's so nice though. I'm going to find something else. Right, I'm going to use this. It's YSL. I mad love these. Number 15 this is. They smell so nice. Oh, I've nearly finished this. Now this is also from that Bobbi Brown Grunge collection. You can see it's quite grungy because all of the paint's come off the front where it's been knocked around in my makeup bag. This is their Cream Glow highlighter in Bare Glaze. You see, I put that on with one finger and just work it in with another, making sure it's really blended in. But quite nice on the cheek with something like this. especially with the hair back. I'm not 100% sure that this looks effortless, but it was very, very easy and it's very few products. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.